How we doing, everybody? Welcome back to the Show Now We channel. I'm Ron Swanson, and I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I have been on an emotional journey today, and one of the things that obviously has happened is the FBI police have made arrests. We're going to jump into that in just a minute, but the minute. Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. Or that. This is it. So the Charlie Kirk YouTube channel put up a new episode of the podcast today. It's currently still live right now, and I just wanted to play the intro that they made for that podcast episode, and then we'll get started with our updates. Because also, I'm not ready. We're not going to start speculating. We're not going to start tinfoil hatting yet today. Which is weird for me, man. Like, it's so weird that I don't just want to dive in and start pulling apart every conspiracy and theory yet. So, who have we got pushing back here? We've got Jimmy. How do we say that? Highland? Highland? Is that how you say your name? Awesome. I'm going to go with Highland. Yeah, listen, I'm. How dare you call me a big girl? You come meet me in a car park and I'll show you just how much girl there's behind this long hair, my G. Okay? I'll give you some good smooches. All right? So, all of this, I could pull apart in about 10 seconds. The footage, the narrative, the arrests, the story, all of it. Then you need to ask yourself, well, what side does it land on, the left or the right? And then you realize you've got to come up with reasons for both. And I've got multiple reasons for both. Do you know what I mean? And somewhere right now, Charlie Kirk's wife and kids, right, are processing all of this, right? His body is made its way home. And it really messed me up today. And I'm watching a spiritual battle unfold. And speaking, my friend John Wedger taught me a lot about modern followers of Jesus and all this kind of stuff. And I'm watching people like John Wedger. They're not so much organized Christian faiths, but they follow Jesus, right? And I'm watching these individuals, whether they're, listen, all I'm saying is there's a lot of trans right banners in these videos. There's a lot of dyed hair going on. And there's a dude standing there telling these people that Jesus loves them while they scream in his face and just hurl objects at him and push him around. And it made me realize I always talk about Christianity, the new kid on the block, all of this stuff. And it's very true. Because my gods, the old gods, I mean, my God's the God of war and poetry, right? But the message that these individuals are putting across is one of peace and love. And it's very interesting because peace and love is not going to take out evil, right? So it showed me the necessity for multiple individuals up there that have such a prevalence depending on the timeline that you're at in history. And it got me thinking about how everybody that I know that talks about Christianity and faith like this, they talk about Jesus, right? There's not a lot going on with his dad, metaphorically speaking, the guy upstairs, right? It is the human. It was the human born man. And that's what I think the earth needed at that point. The world, humanity, they needed this peaceful, gentle figure, if you will. It's so fascinating. So I want to play this little bit of video for you guys. And I am a hardcore, devoted follower of my gods. And I've always been a believer in all the gods. But having an understanding of why there's a necessity for so many to exist and how removing one makes no sense to me. But there's good and there's bad, but there's no place for evil. And okay, so listen, I'm all over the place. I don't know why I'm so messed up. I've been crying for hours, right? Like, it's bonkers. I don't get it. I don't understand why I am so messed up. Well, Sandra, it's not my your god. My god's not war. My god is a war god, and the god of poetry, the god of knowledge. There's a lot of things, but it's hard to see where traditional worship of the old gods fit in to a modern world on the mass worship scales that it needed to be. And I just feel like these spiritual realms produce what is necessary for the humanity to be carried forward into its next phase. And it really does fascinate the hell out of me. And I don't know where it's all come from. I don't know why I've had such an emotional reaction to this. Okay. The first time I've heard you, oh, hi. Oh, hi, Sandra. How are you? Lovely to meet you. I'm a bit mad. I'm a bit all over the place, but we're going to go through this. So, right, I think I'm going to make this full screen. So if this is missing, if you're watching this back and this isn't in the video, it's because the song you're about to hear will be copyright claimed. I don't want to sit here every single day without remembering this man. And when there's moments like this that are put together, I want us to sit and remember. I don't even agree with everything this man said, okay? But when a human being whose entire method of battle is communication, discussion, debate, interaction through peace, and he's taking out in front of 4,000 kids in his own family, for what? For engaging, for pulling people into a discussion they don't want you having. They want you arguing and pulling triggers. Yeah. They don't want us sitting around tables peacefully discussing our differences like human beings. I said on day one, Charlie Kirk to me was the guy on the YouTube shorts that entertained me for years. Okay. I'd seen him online with the presidents and political stuff and all of that. And I was aware of it all. Shane phoned me up and told me what happened. I had to Google him and I was like, oh my God, this guy. And then it was almost like it all fell into place for me. All of those convince me I'm wrong. All of those, you know, individuals who he was debating on college campuses, it all made sense in that moment. Oh, listen, Nick, trust me, everybody who's in the same mindset as Nick, we're going to get to that. Okay. We are going to get to all of this. All right. But for the first time in my goddamn life, we're going to go into this respectfully. Because we're not going to get another opportunity to process everything that's happened, the effect that it's had around on individuals, on religions, on the average Joe, on college students, on people who emulated this man, who want to go out and make these discussions and have these changes. They're going to be thinking twice now. Because they never know what lunatic, alleged 22-year-old Spider-Man meets frickin' Deadpool meets what was the guy that Will Smith played that never missed? Okay, we got Spider-Man, Deadpool, and the Will Smith guy mashed into a 22-year-old. Yeah, is that right? Because I keep hearing about a rifle wrapped up in a blanket in a bush. Well, I didn't see anyone carrying a rifle from the Spider-Man that climbed down from that building, and I can't see any bushes on top of it. But honestly, I am not ready. I am not ready to rip that Band-Aid off. I need another day or two, okay? I want to find out when this man's being laid to rest, okay? And then when the mourning period is over, I don't know what is going on with me. I do not know what's going on with me, okay? I don't know why I even care, okay? I don't understand why I'm being so drawn to all of this. Anyway, I want to watch this. I'm going to shut up, God, honestly. Just someone needs to start telling me to be quiet and go on with the clips.
Of slow motion national decline is a choice. Today is our 2-year-old's birthday. And I look at my daughter, and that is my why. For those that are parents, you know exactly what I mean.
There is no mountain that stands tall as your faithfulness. There is no river that runs wide as your goodness.
Man, Charlie, I remember when we were starting these out, and
It was that like that.
you know, it was like this. It was like your average
First 3 rows.
It was like your average political meeting where there was like 12 people in a room, and this is awesome.
This, in my personal opinion, was the most over-the-top Trump event that I've ever covered.
This is the #1 boots on the ground operation in the country. We're working directly in harmony with the Trump campaign. It's been vetted, it's been cleared, it's been blessed, as you could see there. And we're going to try to win this thing. No guarantees. It's what we do that matters.
Mr. President, I can tell you this room is 100% with you, and we have your back. God bless you. We really do. Thank you.
As you know, we are heading on campus here momentarily at the University of South Florida, throwing it down with the students. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are excited to continue this cultural movement that we have started at Turning Point USA. More high school chapters, more college chapters, and disagreement is not just welcome, it is invited. We want to have those tough conversations. That's what it's all about. because you're not supposed to be involved in this. You're supposed to just kind of be on the vote for me every 4 years, give me more political power, and stay out of my business. And what has happened is we are seeing an explosion in citizen participation.
There is nothing else I'll ever need. All of my days, your mercy follows. Oh, there is nothing else I'll ever need.
Knock on that extra door. Go that extra mile. Talk to that extra friend. Because throughout voting month and culminating on the 5th of November, I believe it will go down as a day that people remember, as a day that is written about in history books, as the final battle from the golden escalator on down, from defeating Hillary Clinton, from the nonsense of 2020, from Butler, Pennsylvania, November 5th, it all culminates where we restore the promise that the founders gave us. And they said, hey, if the people want it, the people get it. And we, the people, take back America. God bless Arizona, and thank you so much. Every day, the American people demand certain accomplishments and victories. Disagreement is what keeps a movement alive, keeps a movement fun. Here in this country, we are a country of flourishing. We're a country of risk-taking. We're a country of building. We will achieve American greatness, and we are just getting started.
All of my days, your mercy follows.
Disagreement keeps it fun. I agree. Discussion. And man, I just want to say, I don't really get affected by stuff like this, and I'm an absolute mess, right? Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can see online. I last night went to bed in the early hours in this. Oh, listen, the plot is thicker than badly made custard, mate. The plot is thicker than concrete. I'm teetering on the edge of turning red and sweaty and screaming about the plot and the thickness. But for once in my goddamn life, right, I'm going into this respectfully. And not respectfully. If Charlie was my brother or I was his wife or whatever, and I had to witness the internet's reaction to his passing, okay, I would respect and gravitate more to not that any of them would be gravitating to anyone they're mourning, but the analogy is where it is. I kind of want to go at the pace that they're going through. And when he's laid to rest, we can start finding out the truth. Oh, Kash Patel. Let's get on to that. I was disgusted at that little rat today and his vulgar comments about the afterlife. How dare you, Kash Patel? You absolutely deranged little moron. For someone who is such an outspoken lover of his faith, like Charlie was, to announce his arrival at a different deity's afterlife that symbolizes a place where warriors, not debaters, where individuals who end the lives of their enemies on the battlefield with a weapon in hand. There's no metaphors here. There's no pen that's your weapon. There's no courtroom that's your battlefield bullcrap. Okay? There's no romanticizing Valhalla. Moron. Do you think that Charlie is the sort of person that wants to spend his days on a battlefield murdering and tearing apart his foes to then go and hang out with a bunch of Vikings and elder gods round a table? What is going through his mind? I couldn't. I honestly, I'm so angry. So angry. We all know exactly where he went and where he is now. And it wasn't Valhalla. I'll show you the clip.
This is a very much an ongoing investigation, as the governor said, and we will continue to work with state and local authorities to develop the investigation, to provide them the evidence they need for their ongoing prosecutions. And we will be here to answer every call they absolutely have, as long as it takes, for as long as we need to find and apprehend whatever suspects were involved in this crime. Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk, rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
You will listen, you slimy little worm, okay? It would be a great day for your nation, okay, if you paid the price to enter Valhalla in the name of your country and your people, you little worm. Disgusting. Disgusting. Valhalla is one of the places in my faith that people can end up. I certainly am not going to Valhalla. It would take one hell of a plot twist, okay, for me to die on a battlefield with a weapon in my hand. It could happen. I could end up there. No problem. I'm going to the other place, the HEL place. Okay. And this man, Charlie, he is nothing short of the metaphorical warrior that is needed in today's depiction of the world, today's depiction of humanity. Someone who can tackle battles head on with words. But words are just what they are. They're not a metaphor. The battlefields are not metaphors. Gomer, Cash. You're a Gomer, is what you are. Suck your mum. All right. So I'm really wound up. Like, this has really bothered me. I know it's bothered a lot of us. Okay. Oh, he definitely doesn't know the significance, dude. Like, listen. Also, like, I feel like I need to do some research into like all the other religions that exist and what their afterlife is, because I don't have any rebuttals now for being like, well, why didn't he say where the Buddhists go or the Hindus go? Because I don't know what they call their place. So, yeah. Oh, no. Not HELL. Okay, not HELL. It's ironic that the Christian faith, the bad place that you guys would go to is hell, and one of the places that I can choose to go to is hell, but it's HEL. It also sounds a little bit different when it's said out loud, but HEL, hell, is the pagan version of heaven, as you would imagine it as a Christian. You know, all the people you love, you're living at the moments you want to do. But that's for like the regular dudes, right? Then you've got the Viking path, the warrior path, but we're talking about the actual warrior path. We're not metaphorically talking about anything other than that. And that's why, for me, how does a war god fit into a modern society when society is stepping away from globalist? I mean, I say that, but I mean, they didn't really step away from it all. But changing the reason for violence. Violence suddenly became in the name of God. The old gods, it wasn't in the name of anything. the old gods were there hanging out with you whilst you were doing all this. Anyway, God damn, I'm really triggered. Like, I'm really, really triggered, and I don't know why. And no, Sean's not going on holiday. He's been really, really busy for the last few days. I've seen him put a stream up earlier about covering the Tony Robinson March tomorrow. I'd planned on doing the same, so you might see us on stream together. You might see two separate streams. What the hell else is happening that I wanted to cover? Obviously, we'll be keeping up with Charlie. Yeah, oh my God, we need to get into this. Also, if you guys are looking for some more content this evening, I have got 1 moment, please. Let's find this bloody. There we go. Just bring it up on the screen for you guys. So, I'm interviewing Pastor Dave Bryan, and all of you hardcore Jesus crew, I don't think I've sworn at all. Actually, mate. I don't think I've sworn at all. He has been exposing Satanism, satanic groups, abuse, the rituals, all of it. And I can't wait to speak to this man. You know, I really... Yeah, I see. I haven't heard swearing either. Exactly. Voices in your head. Nah, 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 nah. We've all got them. Oh, Shane, you don't have to apologize. Shane was like, "Oh, listen, did you hear what Cash said about Valhalla? Did you think that's cool?" And I can get why people would think it's cool, because a lot of people watch the series Vikings, and that's where the education stopped. So you have this pull to the romanticizing of warriors, and I get it. I 100% get it. I'm not offended by anyone thinking it was cool. I'm offended at the absolute disrespect of that little worm, Cash Patel. Now, apologies. We've been on some mega side chat rants here. Tyler Robinson, what we know about this. Now, listen, everyone who is hardcore into the same thought process as me, right? Get the tinfoil hats on all of this. We're going to withhold talking about things that are like, you know, how goddamn beneficial this was. All right. I feel like, though, whoever puts these plots together in the US government, I want to give you a round of applause. This was a much better idea than flying, you know, planes. Do you know what I'm saying? Much better than, you know, oh, we can't make it on the exact same day. Let's make it a day earlier. Do you know what I'm saying? At least it was only... Also, has anybody in the UK who celebrated Charlie's death, who isn't a white person, been arrested under the information that keeping people safe on the internet laws? Because I swear to God, man, if I find anyone on TikTok in the UK who is hating on this man's passing, I will firmly be expecting Stalmer to be coming to your door and locking you up, because I feel anxiety. Oh, I am really, really triggered. Like, let's just start reading something. A suspect in the fatal shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk was identified Friday as Utah man Tyler Robinson, whose family identified him after law enforcement released surveillance. Actually, let me move this over here. Okay. Whose family identified him as law enforcement released surveillance footage. Right, let's just... The next thing is he'll be put in the same cell, right, as the guy on the island, right? Key facts. Robinson, 22 years old, okay, 22, was taken into custody after he confessed or suggested very different things. Okay? Let me give you an example of this. I just killed my dog. I might kill my dog. Do you see the difference in suggesting and admitting? Okay, we're too early for this. Robinson's father told him to turn himself in and later called a youth pastor. Why did you call a youth pastor? Because you couldn't bring it to call the marshals yourself. Is that what that was? And the pastor then contacted the U.S. Marshals. CNN reported, citing a law enforcement official. Ahead of Kirk's appearance in the Utah Valley University on Wednesday, Robinson told family members about Kirk coming to the state and said Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. Absolutely. Nothing quite like that harsh, aggressive tone that spewed all the heinousness over the internet like Charlie Kirk did, right? The people that he would... Cox said to officials and uncovered physical evidence linking Robinson to the shooting. Wow, that was fast. In addition to the messages sent online, his friends indicated a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point. His friends? What? Is there not like laws in America for like gang stuff where if I'm a black dude and I shoot another dude, all of the other black dudes that were with me and seen me having the gun, they're all going to jail with me, right? It's not like that if you're in a nightclub and you're Diddy or you're J-Lo, just to be clear, because the gun was found and there was people in the car. I'm just saying. So it sounds to me like there was a server, a Discord server, where there was an open discussion about plotting to eliminate Charlie. That's what I'm taking from this. Listen, mods, we've ran Discords for years, right? We have never in our life tolerated or seen anyone that would come in and discuss the unaliving of anyone, not even in a funny or jokey way, right? Maybe if it was like a TV character, right? Or what you would have done to Hitler if you met him in a bar, right? That's fine. But chats have been bashing Discord for years. They should continue to bash Discords, but don't bash individuals like actual genuine communities that use Discord. Get on to the Discord creators, please. So I don't. Anyway, okay. So let's just keep. Sorry about this, everyone. I'm all over the place. Robinson previously submitted voter registration in July 2021 and listed his political party as none. NBC News reported a family member told law enforcement that Robinson had become more political in the recent years, and disclosed Robinson's talk about why they didn't like Kirk and the viewpoints he had. The New York Times reported city law enforcement officials that suspects was taken into custody at 11 p.m. local time Thursday by Utah State Local Police and St. George, Utah, near Zion National Park. Robinson was found wearing clothes similar to those seen in the surveillance footage and was tracked after his vehicle was identified to Utah Valley University campus. I mean, if you're a regular person and you're plotting an assassination, the one thing that movies have taught us, right, is you take a change of clothes. Like if you're going to be lying there and there's going to be CCTV, oh, listen, I ain't even having it. I am not even having it, mate. Wrong day for your free Tyler ish. Not you, Rise Up. Sorry, not you. Listen. Jesus people, right? I worship and follow my gods. I believe and respect and 100% get along with your guy Jesus. Okay, just to be completely honest with you, it's just he is not the one when you're standing in front of a demonic child murdering high priestess. He will want to fill her heart with love. And she doesn't deserve it. Sometimes representatives of the old gods are needed. Sometimes we need to pull out the barbarianism. And sometimes those who stand out in the modern world to the masses respectfully don't need to get their hands dirty. And I think genuinely that's where I've landed on this spiritual journey I'm on. Because if you were to line up a lot of the gods for my people, my culture, my individuals, going into a modern world, you know, Jesus is not a bad representative for certain things. But he's not for me. You know, I respect him, I believe in him, but I'm not a follower, if that makes sense. Because to follow and believe directly correlates with no evidence of existence. In order to believe, you have to understand that there can be no reference of reality for you to believe. You have to have faith for belief. I spent 30 years laughing in the face of blind faith. Then I met my gods. Okay? I had a profound, you would call it biblical experience that awoke my religious path. My firstborn son is called Odin. And I respect all religions and gods. I love the thought of sitting and discussing our religious and cultural differences and enjoying that, you know. We might not marry each other's daughters, okay? But we can like all break bread once a week and chat about stuff. It's not going to be the end of the freaking world, man. But sometimes you can only scream, Jesus loves you, so many times before someone needs kicked into a volcano, and then it's the evil's done. So, and I know when I figure out what it is that I've been put here to eliminate from this world, when I eliminate it, that'll be my chapter finished. And I'm here for it. All right. God, man, I'm sorry. I'm freaking. And I tell you what, if this is what this man's assassination has awoken in me, I'm just a gomer on the internet. This is going to create a wave that is going to change the face of the world for a while. I mean, maybe not that massively, but you know what I'm saying. Milestone. Talk to me when you know what you're talking about, mate. In fact, if you're calling my gods false prophets, you can go and sit in timeout, you degenerate. Absolute. Don't make me say things about your organized Christian faiths. Okay? Disgusting. Right. Let me just oh wait, we're over here. Okay. Okay, so he was found wearing the clothes similar to that of the seen in the surveillance footage, and he was tracked after his vehicle was identified on Utah Valley University campus. What has Donald Trump said about Tyler Robinson? President Donald Trump has said Friday morning that an unnamed suspect in custody, suggesting somebody that was very, very close to the suspect, turned them in. Trump said he believed the shooting seemed to be an isolated incident and echoed Cox's earlier calls for the suspect to face a death penalty if found guilty. Now, Like, the next live we're going to do on this, I'm going to pull together all of the footage that's been released. Okay. Because although I don't want to start peeling the label away on the conspiratorial realities of all of this, we can damn well assess digital footage that's been released. We can make our own judgments. You know how Ron likes to play around with images and videos and all that kind of stuff. Day fun, right? Well, here's the thing, right? Christianity, the word Christian and the whole Christian faith to me has nothing to do with anyone that I know that follows and worships Jesus. Nothing at all. At all. And it took me 40 odd years for that penny to drop. It's really fascinating, the modern movement that surrounds that particular religious figure. It's fascinating. It really, really is. I don't know who Omar is. King Charles once said he was related to Vlad the Impaler. Listen, wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Have you seen who like the Bushes and half the freaking president's second cousins are and stuff? Very sus. Very sus. Okay, see, that's a great one, right? So I'm not shocked. I'm also upset. So I'm upset, but I was really shocked. Like, I know what you're saying about, hey, I'm not shocked. This is the world we live in. I get what you're saying. But man, like, what a statement that was made eliminating this man. Like, when I saw the footage right before the first live stream I did on this, my brain went to the safety net of, don't worry, what you just seen was AI. But it wasn't. It wasn't AI. I've seen it from multiple angles now. And this is going to sound really crazy, right? But see if the impact of that round had taken him out in a totally different fashion. Like, I've never seen what I've seen in that before in my life. Just how quickly everything left, if that makes sense. And terrifying. Like, I just want to point out, we're a race of people who invented big sticks that fire bits of metal at each other. Is that not wild? And before you think this is a gun control thing, I ain't about gun control. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not. Yeah, I'm telling you that right now, America. Bury your ammunition, stockpile. Okay, get ready. Because at some point you might have to come over here and help us. So, just in case I just want this soundbite to go out. I am not a gun control guy. I am a get America actual healthcare where if you're mental, right? If you're a mental case, okay, they identify it and go, oh, see mental Steve down there that's just applied to get a minigun and like a tank, might want to hold off on that. Do you know what I'm saying? America and Canada have the same cultural growth throughout history with pew-pews and hunting. Okay? It's just one of them has free healthcare, and one of them is the most. Do you know that there's places in Africa where the life expectancy is longer than the average American? Your healthcare is great. It's great, man. Absolutely. It's incredible that the average Rwandan will live longer than apparently the most developed and free nation in the Western Hemisphere. Morons. Okay? I'm not taking part in any war. Well, I hope that you get to make that choice freely for your whole life. I hope your ability to choose that stays that ability to choose for the rest of your life. Well, a viewer in here the other day who, is sitting and watching our live streams. I don't know what country she was in. I don't know if it was the UK or America, but she'd fled war from Bosnia and things like this. And I'm sure that she at some point had said, I don't ever want to have to go and fight in a war. And then it arrived on the doorstep, Oh, that's okay. Listen. Whoa, Carol. Listen, Carol. It's okay. Okay. Don't. It's okay for you and I to have a discussion, and for us not to see. For us to go home and have a different shaped wooden object that we project our religious affection towards. That's what it comes down to, And it's kind of weird, right? When you think about it. So yeah, don't ever think that by sitting here and being like, wow, this pagan witch is speaking some sense, you're not going to burn in hell. Okay. I promise you, Jesus says it's okay. All right. He says it's okay. Trust me. I'm reading your side chat, just so you know, guys. Freedom of speech is sacred. It is. Words are incredible. And sorry, Christians, but there's a reason they call it spelling. Okay? You guys, it's okay. All right. I get it. The dinosaurs weren't real either, but I love you guys. Hey, Jesus says, with the sinners and healed them. See, I get what you're saying, right? Jesus is the guy that can come down and put his hand on you and change your world, heal the sinners, all these kinds of things. But that's when if Jesus, right, when he was wandering about, could have dealt with the level of evil that existed in the world, not the bad stuff, not sins, he probably would have done it. He probably would have done it. And saying that, no internet, no flights anywhere, would have been a bit of a pilgrimage. But all good, man. Okay, what else we got here? But again, this absolute monster, Tyler Robinson. Actually, let me rephrase that. The individual that has been pointed out to us as the culprit for the assassination of Charlie Kirk, allegedly. I tell you what. Put a 1 in the side chat if we're going to hear this man speak in court. Put a 2 in the side chat if food poisoning or a staircase or a brick or a heart attack happens before then. What do you think? Because I'll tell you this right now, there's a percentage of triggered right-wing America. Is that what it's called? Right wing? No, that's the right side. The right. Okay. There's a percentage of them that will be all right with that. And they'll close the book on this. But the first day this happened, I said to you guys, I wonder if we're going to find anything written on the ammunition. I wonder if we're going to find anything written on the weapon. And we did. We did. Jesus is a pretty great man. Yeah, I'm just, listen, nothing wrong with that. As a man, he was a great man. And I'm here for it. A 22-year-old. Does anybody know? I've not had a chance to look yet. Does anybody know what the actual shot distance was? Oh, listen, I need to go in a couple of minutes because I've got my next live stream. And this live stream has probably been the worst out of all the ones I've done on Charlie, because I was an absolute mess for about an hour and a half before this. And I'm going to be honest with you, Christians and Jesus crew. I think that you're good. What's the word you use? What's the word? Your Holy Spirit, right? I think your Holy Spirit's been working overtime. I think because of who this man was, the spirit of what he represents has touched people around the world. I've never in my life felt an impact of an individual that no connection, nothing at all going on. And it wasn't I need to tune into the podcast, anything like that. And man, it really, really has touched me deep. I meant to say this last night when I went to bed. I was doom scrolling and I counted 400 shorts. Okay. And out of the 400 shorts, 6 of them were not about Charlie Kirk. I've been on the internet for almost a decade and I have never seen an outpouring of content for anyone. Not even when it was kind of close to that when the Queen died. Maybe out of every 100 scrolls, you got 6 or 7 that were about the Queen, which was quite a high percentage. But 100, and I just mean one after another, all of it. I've never seen that. And when we look at the power of religion and faith and spirituality, a lot of us forget about technology and how it plays just a bigger part in all of this, as the magical portals of the Dark Ages, the forgotten realms. But this little thing here and the screen that you're watching this on, basically just magic portals, mate. You know? I mean, they're not, it's technology, right? But influence and energy and spirituality, vibes can be felt through this. And to me, that raises it above the conventional piece of technology. Anyway, I will see you guys on the next live stream. Is the shot heard around the world, Ron? Do you know what? I understand the metaphor. I almost feel like for the first time, it's been more about the man for me than about getting the answers. We'll get to getting the answers. Mad. Anyway, Donna, everyone, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you on the next one in about 6 minutes. Love you guys. Peace.